guys, what's going on? Good morning, by the way. I was thinking about all these topics to talk about. Usually I write stuff down, but not today. I'm winging it today. So we're on the verge of In and Out coming to Tennessee. We're on the verge of these people don't even know what they expect. I'm kind of excited about it. Um, I like Whataburger. They've been blown up by Whataburger out here. That's great. But In and Out is completely different. The flavor, the quality. I'm looking forward to it because I've talked about In and Out protein style extra sauce or extra spread. Sorry, you know, four by fours, animal style French fries, all these things. They have no idea what I'm talking about. So it's is that better? Sorry, stupid me. Sorry about that. Thank you. Is that better? Yeah, you guys can hear okay now? Okay. Let me back up. Okay. We are on the verge of In and Out launching in Tennessee for the first time. We're kind of excited about it. The people here don't know what to expect. They've been Whataburgered like crazy for the past 3 years. Um, In and Out's completely different. I wouldn't say Whataburger's not good. They do a good job, but In and Out is going to dominate. Nothing like a double double protein style with extra spread. Nothing. Good morning. What's up, guys? Um, so I'm probably more not excited myself to eat it, but I'm looking forward to getting their reaction. You know, we took Brianna to Las Vegas, remember? And she tried Whataburger, she tried In and Out, and she definitely picked In and Out. I didn't sway her or anything, but she definitely liked In and Out better. She loved Del Taco. Gosh, I would kill for that. If that came to Tennessee, game over. But anyway, okay, so you're a Whataburger fan, obviously. Um, I I've grown up with In and Out for years, and it just tastes okay. They're both good. Once again, I wouldn't pass up either one if I ate burgers, but In and Out tastes like you just got it at somebody's backyard barbecue. Does that make sense? Not a fast food place. Just a thought. And you eat onions, you gotta get the onions grilled. It's so good. And the French fries, get animal style. And the burgers, get protein style. Definitely. You don't need that bread crap. Anybody can serve you that. Let me make sure my volume's okay. Sorry about that. Um, so anyway, so good morning once again if you're just joining. Um, to give you an update, the kids are doing great. The first few weeks of a newborn can be rough on a couple because they're working out the new schedule. It's like if you don't have kids, imagine getting a new puppy. The puppy's up and down all night, yelping. You know, you have to train the puppy to sleep through the night, to do whatever it is, you train puppies to do. Children a little bit more. Little bit little bit more work, but they're working it out. They're doing good. They said to say hi to you guys. So they're always, I mean, you can tell they got bags under their eyes. They're tired, you know. I think the hardest thing about raising a child is dealing with the crying. Sometimes the kid's gotta cry for a few minutes, you know? I'm not saying neglect a child, but too many times parents run and pick up the child, and that can be dangerous. Whole other story, whole other video. Right now, it's all about food, and, no, they don't live in my house. No, they live in their own house. Um, but, um, but we see them off and on pretty regularly. They're not far from us. Let me see here. Secret menu stuff for Whataburger. Hey, Whataburger has secret menu items too. Just tell them what you want. Okay, so you're a fanboy. I get it, but you got to give credit to both places because both places are good, but they taste different, totally different. Whataburger taste, well, it you guys wouldn't know. It tastes like a fast food burger, but it's a good fast food burger. It's put it this way, it's further from McDonald's and closer to Five Guys. Whataburger is. Okay, Five Guys, I mean, I think it's the only fast food place that can sell you a $20 burger. Anyway, it's gonna be fun. I'll let you know when that happens. We may go there and talk to people, catch them on video, and all that stuff. So, September, guys, this week I am filming my first pizza video for Cooking with Jack. That's right. I'm excited. Okay. We've already, oh, and Sunday, tomorrow, we're doing the first Pizza Jack on the Go here in Nashville. So we're going to hit some places before we leave on our trip for the Pizza Wars tour. It's all pizza. If you got pizza recipes, send them my way. Uh, does In and Out use seed oil? I do not know if Whataburger does. I do not know if In and Out does. I I don't go there, so I have never asked, but you can probably call them and they'll tell you, or if you ever go to one, I don't know if you have any, but if you ever go to one, ask them to show you the oil they use. Uh, okay, I watched no, don't go see Weapons. It's dumb, it's stupid, it's a waste of 2 hours. Don't go see Weapons. Not a true story. They make it seem like it is. They even act like it is in the movie, but you'll understand if you do go see it. But I don't you're not gonna walk out of there entertained or smarter or anything. So, Weapons was a horrible movie. I did not like it. It was it was dumb. That's just my opinion. Once again, you wanna go see it, do not bring kids because there is some, sexual content. There is some scariness to the movie, like a horror. Uh, so it's not for children. I might go see Caught Stealing. I don't know. I really like the actor. The guy who played Elvis? I like him. I forgot his name. Sorry. He hasn't been around long enough for me to remember. But he's a good actor. Uh, the previews looked meh, looked okay. That's another one I think I'm gonna waste 2 hours watching, but I may check out Caught Stealing. Um, I do wanna see The Roses. The guy who played, Sherlock Holmes, Benedict whatever, Abercrombie and Fitch, I don't his name, but that guy is in it, and the previews looked interesting. It looked humorous, but you also feel like there's gonna be a lot of drama in it. Uh, I may check that out. I don't know. Let's see, it's on here. It's only getting to a high of 83 today. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. The I hear Chicago when I'm going, it's supposed to be like in the 60s. What the flip? What's going on there? There's a lot going on in Chicago. A cold front is pushing in that will take it to the highs of 60s. Okay. The other thing is like the lowest, I think what is today? Yesterday was like, is it yesterday? I think it's yesterday, was the coldest it's ever been, like in August. So, anyway, by the time I get there, a cold front will move in. By the time I get there, uh, the um, National Guard will move in. They're going after. Oh, so yeah, a lot's happening in Chicago. Not that I care. If anything happens, I'll record it. If anything happens really big, I'll just go live around on the street. I'm like, I ain't gonna waste this. I'm gonna get it now. Uh, but anyway, should be eventful. Hanging out with Jimmy should be cool, and we should have fun. So it's pizza, everything. It's today the last day. Tomorrow's today's first day of college. Well, yesterday was the first day of college football. That was cool. But let me get to the thumbnail because you guys remember I tried to make butter with the jar and I failed miserably. Not the first time on the show, but I failed miserably. It was horrible. I shook that thing though, my arm was ready to fall off. So I made it the right way, the way you guys told me, not any way I was teaching you. You were teaching me, but I made it the way you told me. It was so easy. It was like, hey, Jack, you just get the heavy cream, touch your nose, and it's butter. It was that easy. Not literally touch your nose, but it was super easy. If you didn't see me make it on last night's video, go check it out. The cream cheese, meh. I won't be doing that again. That wasn't quite what I was looking for. The sour cream was surprisingly close to the sour cream like you buy at the store. But the cool thing is, you knew what the ingredients were. Go look at the ingredients list at the store. I don't even know what that stuff is. So, anyway, you can make, but it's probably, I did the math. That container of heavy whipping cream was less expensive than a 4-stick pack of butter. And yet, it made a 4-stick pack of butter. So, the only thing I screwed up, once again, I didn't salt the butter. I was so frustrated, but, I could probably melt it down, salt it, so, put it in a mold, let it chill, put it back, but I'm not gonna bother. It's just unsalted butter, but I would always remember to salt it from now on. So, I love salted butter. Oh, turkey, you made butter? It's super easy, huh? I mean, literally, a guy like me could make it. If I can make it, you guys can make it. From what I calculated, you can make butter cheaper yourself than buying it at the store. Just a thought. And once again, don't forget to salt it if you like salt in your butter. Let's see here. Did Tammy treat you to no, we've gotten to that old stage where we hug, we kiss, we say happy anniversary, and then life goes on. We're not big into flowers. We're not on Valentine's, on cards. We're not big into that. The cards get tossed or stored. The flowers die in 3 days. Nobody needs candy. So spending time with Tammy is awesome. I always joke my whole life, you've probably heard me say it. I could spend time in traffic school with Tammy and enjoy it. We could both be sentenced to traffic school. As long as she's there, I love it. She's awesome. She's funny. She's you don't even know that side of her. She's fun to be with. She's caring. You do know that. You see her take care of me. She takes care of, you know, she volunteers. She takes care of her friends. She takes care of other family members. She's always taking care of people. So once again, I yell about everyone needs a Tammy. Yes. That is exactly why I keep those products. The shirts, the hats, the mug, the sipper cup that say everybody needs a Tammy. I went through the store, I got rid of the junk. Um, we're breaking it down to just hats, t-shirts, and hoodies. That's it. So, I cleaned up the store a little bit, tightened it up. Um, we're gonna be I'm gonna be I just ordered a whole bunch of products. So I probably will be wearing Jack and the Go hats, or no, I probably wear the sponsored hat. So we'll see. But anyway, uh, I don't know yet. I have to look into those details. Something I enjoy drinking whipping cream as a smooth texture. Yes, it does. It's so easy. Yeah, it was way simple. So anyway, I'm not sure if I not messed up. I didn't mess up on the cream cheese. It came out like cream cheese. It texture-wise, everything. The flavor, I think the green onions didn't make it good. So, the garlic was fine. The dill was good. So, anyway, you know, I also realized, I'm gonna do a video on mozzarella cheese. That's easy. I may combine it with the video, for pizza month, but I'm probably gonna make my own mozzarella. And and there's a lazy version. Yeah, there's a lazy man's version. So I saved it. Because if it tastes like mozzarella, why do the real version, right? Let's see. Uh, I heard about truffle butter before. Not a huge fan of truffle oil. It can smell up the house if you're not careful. Yeah, I'm not into truffles. I mean, I have truffle salt. I know that. One of the steak sauce, carnivore steak sauce I did, that was freaking amazing. That was totally amazing. I don't know why I haven't made that again, but that took that asked for truffle salt. But I've never gotten into truffle oil, never done that, or truffle butter or whatever. Uh, I not a truffle guy, but the truffle salt worked in that steak sauce recipe. So anyway, so let me tell you what's going on. We have plans tonight, Tammy and I. We're gonna be gone from like the afternoon to the whole night. So F as in Frank probably won't be happening today. Tomorrow I may do two F as in Franks. My brother Charles has a interesting topic. I can't spill the beans, but it will ruffle a few feathers. But we're gonna talk about it anyway. Um that's I think that's happening at 2 Central. And then probably that evening, I'll get on with Jimmy. Can't do Evans and Frank today. So just want to give you a heads up. Is Rob in the room? I saw Rob. Hey, Rob, are you here? Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay. Hey, what's going on? What did you guys do? No. We didn't do anything special on our anniversary. Um, two, 20, 27 years, I think. Yeah, it's 27 years. Um, we do cool things all year long. We don't wait for our anniversary, if that makes sense. It's kind of like Christmas. When you're a kid, Christmas is everything. Whatever your heart desires, you put on your Christmas list. When you're an adult, you kind of buy throughout the year. You buy a little here, buy a little there. You get the things you want right when you want them. So Christmas isn't like it was when you were a kid. It wasn't like, oh, but there is a camera, a streaming camera that I want to get. It's better than the laptop camera I'm using right now. So I'm excited about that. Maybe I'll put that on my Christmas list. So the relatives have something to buy. I don't. I keep a wish list on Amazon. They can, utensils and cooking supplies and pots and pans, whatever I'm looking for. Let me get a drink of water. Hold on. Okay. So anyway, so I don't save up like as a kid. Everything was Christmas. Like if you wanted anything, you'd put it on your Christmas list and hope you got it. If you got it. But as an adult, you kind of splurge. Same with the anniversary. We want to go somewhere nice. You know, we'll once in a blue moon go out to a nice steakhouse. Once in a blue moon, we'll go out and get sashimi. Once in a blue, we don't do it like once a month. We do it like once every few months. Same with anniversary stuff. Places you would go eat for anniversary or graduations, we would do maybe once every 3 months. Go to a really nice place. That's all. So we don't do anything special. I've been craving going to the Smoky Mountains again. We have timeshares in the Smoky Mountains, and every so often, as fall approaches, by the way, in Tennessee, I don't know where it is where you live, but in Tennessee, the third weekend in October, that is when fall kicks in and all the leaves change, all the colors pop. So mark my words, if you're in Tennessee, third week in October, it's full board fall. And it's the colors, it's gorgeous. So that would be a perfect time to go to the Smoky Mountains with the fall colors. It just looks awesome. Just my personal opinion. But I love going out there, trying new places. The local goat is probably the best place to eat. Pizza Rio, if you like pizza and you like Brazilian style steakhouses, it's kind of a crossbreed. I did a video on both those places, but the local goat is by far, a chef is in the kitchen. Put it that way. Even if you got nachos, they look beautiful. We went there, somebody ordered nachos. It looked like a work of art. I may go back just for the nachos. I may order for somebody else just so I can take a picture and show you. But we'll see. Oh, Turkey just got married. Hey, congratulations. That's cool. Listen, never, okay, the number one rule in marriage, failure is not an option. If you both agree on that, you'll have a wonderful life together. Jack, what is your take on uh, tipping baristas at coffee stands? We don't tip drive through window workers, but it seems to be expected to tip baristas. Okay, anytime anytime you expect a tip, like you put a mandatory on the bill, you know, crap like that, or you come out publicly and tell people, I don't go to those places. Tip is a gratuity. Tip is my way of saying thank you. I tip at coffee places sometimes. I tip it. So, like, we go to Dutch Brothers. They, but they're so cool about it. Okay. So, if you've ever been to Dutch Brothers, the number one feature at Dutch Brothers is they talk to you, they care about you, The Dutch Brothers we go to before the movies, every week, the guy there looks at us and goes, "Hey, what you gonna go see tonight?" I mean, they don't forget. They know who you really are. You treat me like that, I should tip you. I thank you for treating me like a person, caring about me, that kind of thing. Tip. You just fill up drip coffee, put on the counter, shout out the name I gave you. Uh, Not quite the same. So I don't go to Starbucks. I don't plan on Starbucks. It, Listen, Starbucks is going to go through a world of hurt. They may even go under. Okay, because there's so many other places competing with them now that Starbucks. The only reason we went there is because they were everywhere. You could always find a Starbucks to go to the bathroom, um, to get coffee, to get maybe sous vide eggs, whatever. But now you got so many other choices competing with Starbucks, and the coffee tastes way better. The people are way nicer. Um, I trust me, I've met nice people at the counter of Starbucks, but once again, I get a better experience elsewhere. So that's my opinion. I tip only when I feel to tip. I will not. Here, here's a question for you. You know what Dutch Brother says? Hey, listen, we got a question. We want to ask you. Don't feel like you have to. They literally say that when the tip when the iPad shows for tips. I I like that they say that. You kn This way, people who don't have the money to tip, times are tough or whatever, I don't know, not everybody can tip, you know, but really you should be buying coffee out if you can't tip. That's my personal opinion. You can make it at home for so much cheaper, and you can make it taste better probably at home by pouring a bunch of crap in it. But my feeling is you only tip if you want to. Don't ever feel like you have to. The moment it's a have to is the moment I don't go anymore or I refuse to tip, whatever it is. But that doesn't really happen anymore. I tip pretty much restaurants, barista, but I feel like I want to and I can. So I do. That's my thoughts. But nobody should feel like they have to. The moment you do is the moment you don't. That's my opinion. Uh, let's see. We're pretty much the same way with him. Yeah. See, Rob gets it. Rob, I didn't know other couples were like that. We just kind of came up to that conclusion that like, look, we love each other. All I need is a kiss and a hug, and I'm good. That's it. All I need to know is that you're healthy, and that's the biggest gift I can get. So, especially when you're getting older, lots of things, the wheels fall off the wagon. Lots of things can go wrong. So you're grateful for every day you are together. So the one who just got married, be excited. Failure is not an option. Okay. And once again, I know you've been told this. I've been told this a million times. It kind is pretty true. Don't go to bed angry. Don't do it. It's hard on you. It's hard on the other person. Don't go to bed angry. So you got to stay up for 30 minutes and work it out. Work it out. You'll sleep better. You'll feel better. Everything better. Last thing you want to do is working out in the morning when you didn't sleep good, you're cranky. No. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Uh, I tip like a drunken sailor, and it really is worthwhile. So there is. All right. I worked in a bar. I was a bar back, the guy that changed the beer kegs, filled the ice trays. If a glass broke, cleaned it all up properly so that no glass particles got anywhere it shouldn't. So, anyway, I can tell you if you are like a bar person, if you don't tip, you won't get a good drink. If you do tip, you'll get a better drink. If they know you're a tipper, they will pour your drink stronger. Not right, but it's true. That's the way it is. So keep that in mind when you're at the bar with the bartender. I like to put the tip up right away so that I don't have to prove that I'm a tipper, that you see I tipped. Before you even start pouring, you see money, the tip go up. Okay. This way I'm ensured that drink is coming out good. This is back in the day, by the way, not today. But I make better drinks than anybody. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you can probably buy a bottle and take it home and make your own drinks for way cheaper. But sometimes you're out, sometimes you're about, sometimes you're on vacation. So remember that, guys. Even coffee drinks, when you have like an elaborate coffee drink and you know you're going to tip, put the tip up early. Make sure they see you tipping. I don't, I don't. Do you guys remember the Seinfeld episode where uh what's his face? The bald guy. I can't remember his name. Anyway, it's been a while. So remember he tipped, but the guy turned away and didn't see the tip go in. So he went back into the jar for his tip so he can redo it again. And the guy turns and he gets angry that he's digging through his tips. That was so funny. That was one of the most classic ever. You know, if you tip and they don't see it, that's why I never put it in the tip jar. On the counter. I push it so far away from me that it's obvious what it is. Okay. It's really important, but you want to get noticed. If they're making your coffee drink or they're making your alcohol drink, you want them to see that's my tip. That's for you. Okay. And because you'll come out with a better product. It's human nature, but it's the truth. Kind of sucks, but it's true. Let's see. No need to tip if I'm getting some long necks. Okay. If you're getting a bottle of beer, like a Corona, pops the top off. Okay. Um, I get what you're saying. The drink can't come up better than what's in the bottle. Okay. But I'm gonna get then it's up to you. Tip ain't gonna matter how good that bottle is. That bottle is the way they made it. So, but they do put lime. They shove a lime in for you. They There are other things and other parties. Other members of your party will be taken care of. Keep that in mind. But once again, but the bottle's already made. You just pop the top off. Yeah, I'm probably not tipping or tipping heavily. One or the other. I'm not tipping you to pop the top off. I can do that. Yeah, give me the church key. I'll pop it off. Okay, George. Oh, yes. George could say. So you guys remember, right? He's so funny. Okay. It doesn't exist in your. I'm moving the screen around so I can see it better. Have you considered getting back into the sauce and spice industry? Probably not, unless somebody established partners with me. I ain't doing it. I can't do it by myself. I'm not gonna ask Tammy to do it. You know, there was many years, guys. We we loved our product, but the workload was a lot. the phone calls, the cases that we lifted, picking up orders, delivering orders. It was a lot. And it took away from being creative, whether it's like I didn't live stream back then, but there's a lot going on, guys. I'm live streaming like, I'm live streaming Cooking with Jack, F as in Frank, Eye to Eye. Oh, Eye to Eye is going live stream. So for those of you who follow the faith based channel, that will be going live. We will be tackling questions. It's not an argument. We're not going to argue, but we're going to tell you what we know. That's all. Trust me, it ain't much. At least for me, it ain't much. So, anyway, let me see. I'm not tipping because they make low wages. That is not what a tip is for. A tip is for it's the reason they call it a gratuity is showing your gratitude towards the work they did. So their work that decides what their tip is. I'm not gonna because they're making go to a trade school. Go learn something online. Go work a remote job. Go work for more money somewhere else. You chose to work here. That's great. I'm not going to mistreat you, but I'm not going to give you money if I don't feel like thanking you for your service. You do a good job. Thank you so much. You kept my coffee full at breakfast. Boom. You deserve, because that's one of the things that get neglected. Certain things in a restaurant get neglected. So once again, I only tip as a gratuity. I don't tip because I have to. I don't care they're making little money. They knew that before they started. They chose to do that before they started. So I started a certain percentage, up or down, depending on service. So let's see here. Some tourist areas, all these is some tourist areas, all there is yeah, not with the internet. No, I don't I disagree. No, it's tourist area. There's other work to be done elsewhere. You can do it online. You can work remotely anywhere in the world. So, where you live is not an excuse for working a service job. You chose the wages, you knew the wages before day one, and you went in and worked. That's on you. I used to DJ. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Black Angus restaurants. I used to DJ there. And the manager hated me. Not because I was a jerk, which I can be, but because I made more money than him. He would come up and give me grief while I was, playing videos, spinning records. He would come up to me and I'm like, dude, get off my back. You don't like the money you make? Stop being a manager. Start spinning records. Nobody told you had to manage a restaurant. Nobody told me I had a DJ. But the fact that I make more money than you, it's the line of work I chose. I didn't learn it overnight. It took practice in college. There was a lot that went behind it, but anyway, so realize they make low wages. They chose to make those wages. They're like, okay, you can't go into a job and go, oh, wait a minute. You know, I thought it was going to be like this. No, you knew, we told you. So I don't think anybody's taking a job without knowing what the wages are first. I I beg to argue with anybody. Of course, we can't argue here because this isn't Facebook. No, we can only argue on Facebook. Oh, you know, what bugs me the most? It happens beyond. So you guys remember I asked those of you who follow me on social media, I asked, what's the best hot dog? Oscar Mayer, Hebrew National, or Nathan's? Sabret. I'm like, I don't recall that being in the list. It literally took two answers for somebody to uh, ballpark. I didn't ask you about ballpark. Why do people do that? Why do people find pleasure in picking something outside of the choices? Uh, they almost as much pleasure as going, that's AI. That those two things drive me nuts. Your intellectual level just hit the bottom. That really, vanilla or chocolate, strawberry. I'm like, what? I didn't ask about strawberry, but it never fails. I can only make it to two comments before somebody interjects something that has nothing to do with the list. Drives me nuts. It's going to happen like clockwork. Not the person, but the fact that they do it. It listen, the people who do it are wonderful people. But for some human nature, you guys gotta criticize, gotta spell correct, you gotta pick something that ain't in the list, and you gotta spot AI. Those are the things you have to do as a human. You do those things, you're gonna be a very successful person. No, you're not. Stop it. Get it? Everything you look at is AI now. Everything. Uh, my it's amazing that you don't realize that. I mean, it's all AI. Stop pointing it out. You don't like the picture, you can say that. I'd rather you say, I don't like the thumbnail instead of going, oh, you used AI. Really? You know what's funny? For all the years, you didn't go, oh, you got that picture from google.com or iStock Photos or Getty Museum. You guys never did that. When I put together, I piece my thumbnails together. But, you know, the font or the photo, it it may be AI every so often, and you guys like struck gold. I don't freaking care if it's AI. It's a picture of a hot dog. Who cares? Real, fake, it doesn't matter. Oh, by the way, on your computer screen, it's fake no matter what. But realize that gets quite annoying. Most people don't tell you that, but I'm telling you. But honestly, I use bar S hot dogs if I'm having a cookout. Like right now, you can say whatever. I don't know the pronunciation. Sabrat. That's my favorite. I didn't even put that on the list because I didn't think many people knew that brand. That's an East Coast brand, and the skin on that hot dog is amazing. But add their own choices to your list because they know it bugs you. Some folks like triggering you. They can trigger me, but what they don't realize, they're looking stupid by triggering. They're looking aggravating, not to me, to everybody in the comment section. It's like, well, he really did ask for ballpark. Yes, what is the better hot dog between these three? And you picked a fourth because you can't. I I guarantee you didn't do well in school. You can't follow directions, so it doesn't trigger me now. It happens so often. It's expected. In fact, I get triggered when it doesn't happen. I'm like, that's it. That post went fine. I'm so irritated. Just kidding. But but trust me, it's not just me. I'm probably the first person you heard speak about it, but everybody notices it. Everybody. Uh, yeah, I only offer 3 response answers. I could have offered 4, 2 comments in, another suggestion. I could have offered 1,000, 2 comments in, another suggestion. So 3 3 suggestions, it it has nothing to do with the list of 3. I can do a list of 1,000,000. You guys would pick something else. One of those remote jobs, Jack. Then tell me how easy to get one. What why should I apply to one of those remote jobs, then tell me how easy it is to get one? No, how about you do it? How about you do your own work? How about stop asking other people to prove things that you should be proven? Go make it work. You know what the problem is? I know 4 people right now that are looking for work. You know what they all do perfect? They all do the same thing. And when I was a kid, I was guilty of this. Excuse me. They would apply to a job that looked promising, and they would sit there. They'd put all their eggs in that basket, hoping for that job. The job takes days to get back to you and kick you to the curb. You're back to square one. Listen, the rule of thumb is 10 to 20 applications a day. It's a numbers game. If you're going to pop the balloon, you're going to throw all the darts at once, not one at a time. The best way to pop that balloon is with numbers. Okay, same with job applying. So now the problem is, once again, AI rears its ugly head. But there's a website that will submit your application to 1,000 jobs in 5 minutes. Okay. Um, Employers are way against that, upset about that. They're getting swamped with applications like crazy. So they're trying to, I don't know what. I know what they're doing. They're making you come in and fill out a paper application, not online, so that they know you're serious and some machine is not doing it. I'm telling you, that's what I read. So I kind of get it. Not trying to be mean, but your views on the job market are poorly informed. You haven't worked in a while. You know what's poorly informed? That you would stoop down to such a low degree and say what I do is not work. That I haven't worked in so long. Are you freaking kidding? I produced 7 videos in 1 week. Unbelievable. Okay, you just want to whine and complain. That's all you're good for. Here, let me help you. Not many women go to the boys club, but when you say stupid stuff like that I don't work. How about you get enough mustard? How about you just make up your own thing? Listen, by age 50, if you ain't got your own thing, you ain't got your own company, you ain't got your own service, whatever it is, if it ain't yours, you're never going to get hired after age 50. So the rule of thumb is 50. Sorry for kind of directing away from food, family, and fun. But when something dumb is said like that, like I don't work, you're right. I don't produce all that. You're right. I don't plan on taking a trip to go film for the show. You're right. None of this is work. No, no, no. What you just said was that you don't consider YouTube a job. You know, even though I've been doing it for 18 years and making a living at it and getting paid lots of money from lots of brands to work with them, to review stuff. But to be honest, because that's something I'm a stickler about. So I don't know where I don't know who taught you that what I do is not work, but one thing is for sure, thinking like that ain't gonna get you hired by anybody else. So good luck in your job searching. When did you last apply for a job? I've helped people. I've applied for them literally a year ago. So there are people I'm helping look for a job, searching, applying. I'm doing it. I get it. I hear the feedback. I okay. Stop your whining, everybody. Stop it. Okay. Because when I fell out of radio, I took a job answering phones. Why? Because I didn't sit back and go, oh, YouTubers aren't real. Dad, that's not a job. I didn't do that. I had a child. I had to feed that child. So I got off my butt and I applied for answering phones. Because you know what? Because a smart person will take any job. If I got to feed my kids, I'm going to flip burgers. So now that we've dealt with that, listen, I know the job market's never been wonderful. Nobody's ever knocked on my door and said, "Hey, how how you oh, you guys could literally make money by going door to door and offering to wash people's car." That's it. You guys could make there's so many ways to make money. It's not easy. But my buddy, he went door to door and offered to clean barbecues full on before the season started. Like the 50, $75, $100. I can't remember what he charged, but they took him up on it. They're like, "Yeah, it's in the back." Uh, so when you say the job market's bad, how about you make your own job market? How about you think outside the box? That's why the job market's bad because you can't think outside the box. I think about things. I'm a crazy, crazy person, but I think of things like, what would I do if I was homeless right now? How would I feed myself? How would I shower? How would I literally know the way I would act if I was homeless. I've debated on doing things that aren't like legal. I've in my head. I've thought about it. I'm just being honest to survive but to sit back on your cell phone, right? And sit here and complain about the job market. Well, seem to be doing good so far. You got a phone. You know, I that's what I don't get. Okay. So look where nobody's looking. That's the goal. You never graze in the field where all the cows are grazing. Okay. That you just got to be creative. The problem is you can't see past your nose. All you see is flipping burgers, waiting tables. You have no idea. Sweeping a warehouse. Uh, Nobody's talking about that. Answering phones, you know, doing social media. You guys can yap your mouth on YouTube all day long. Why not be a social media manager? Go up to a local burger place and go, hey, for $100 a month, I'll take care of your social media. I'll put posts out every 3 days. You'll get this, this, and this. I'll do videos for you. We'll do a video commercial. I'll build your website. How about you think outside the box? Let's do that. My phone answering gig got outsourced to India. Well, okay. Then there's other jobs that you can do. By the way, India's going to lose that gig to AI. So it really doesn't matter anymore. Okay. I will the sauce company, I will consider bringing that back with partnership, the right partnership, just letting you know. Let's see here. And our minimum wage has stayed the same. Do you guys have the same book of excuses? Serious. Who says you gotta work for minimum wage? My buddy cleaned barbecues. Like, he didn't get paid minimum wage. He got more than minimum wage. It would take him 2 to 3 hours to do top to bottom, inside out. He charged $100. Let's see, 3 divided by 100 is 33. 33 and a third, okay? That's how much he made an hour. So, don't sit here and say, uh, "You're applying to the wrong jobs." How about you step out? I don't know how to get through to people to think outside the box. I don't. I would not like, have you applied to a golf club to see if they need anybody to run the store, do the marketing? Have you applied? There's so many companies out there that need help. Some of them don't even know they need help, like social media. So you go to the local burger place owned by, Sam and Judy and go, "Look, I'll be your social media manager for $100 a month. I'll take care of all your social media. I'll make sure people always know about you." Okay? And you can get 10 of those. Paying 100 a month, that's $1,000 a month. It it takes you minutes to do a social media post. They have software that does it for you. A recent study has shown AI is taking away entry level jobs. Don't apply for entry level. Shoot for the stars. You hit the moon, you win. You guys can do better than that. You don't have to settle for minimum wage, entry level. You guys have already lost thinking that way. I'm telling you. But you guys are spitting out, minimum wage hasn't changed. Oh, you don't work. You're on YouTube. What? What did Yeah, Rob, that's a good point. Um the you guys have no idea how many hours a day I work. You have no idea. I the last time I took off, do you know YouTubers don't take off? We're gonna go to Chicago. I'm already filming enough so that when I'm gone, it's not a vacation, but when I'm gone, the videos are already done. That's how we plan our vacations. I've been doing this 18 years. Like, very seldom, even on vacation, I'm filming. Oh, but right, it's not work. That I can't even believe that was said. So you need uh you need to realize there's other jobs that you're not applying for that aren't minimum wage and not entry level. Please, I hope you can at least do one of them. Once again, you don't have to have a degree on the wall to do these jobs. Okay, can you count? Okay, can you work Excel? Can you work Word? What can you do? There's so many. Okay, can you stock shelves? I know, I'm almost positive they're union, I think, you know, so they don't make minimum wage, they make above minimum. But obviously, you haven't looked because there are a lot of things to do out there. You just have to believe you can do it. and sell yourself. Hey, I struggled getting a job. My first job was selling shoes. I sold shoes at Jarman's shoe store. I was the shoes. I was Al Bundy. So sitting back, going, "Oh, well, you, yeah, it's great that you say that. You don't have a job, really? Well, I can anyway. That's beside the point. Let's get back on track. Okay, just went on a tangent for 15 minutes. So, so yeah, that was that video is up right now. Take a look at it. If you have a better way for making cream cheese, I'd love to hear it because that way wasn't my favorite. It worked. Maybe I flavored it wrong. I don't know. The butter blew me away. That was super easy. The sour cream came out pretty good. I was kind of shocked. So, anyway, we'll work on other things like that. There is a bread recipe, like a carnivore bread recipe that surprised me. I wrote it down. It looked like a real hamburger bun. I'm like, is that it was crazy. So I will I'll show you. I don't know how I'll show you. I also will work in like the mozzarella, how to make your own mozzarella, the lazy version. I'll try that out, but I'll make it. I think I'm gonna make it part of the pizza videos. So we got some interesting pizzas. We got we got some interesting pizza places around town. We're gonna check out. We're gonna try to stay Chicago. So one, two, yeah, I think they're all Chicago places. Um, we're gonna try to order a deep dish. We're gonna try to order Italian beef. We're gonna try to order Chicago dogs. So let's see. This is pretty much. Hold on a minute. There we go. Boy, you guys. Some of you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Okay. So anyway, why are you so crabby? Oh, not a problem. Here we go. Okay. Um. Yeah. That yes. Steam glove. Yeah. It, to be honest, that cream cheese, it didn't taste bad. It just sucked. So it tasted okay, but it didn't taste like cream cheese. So I'll buy cream cheese until I can find a better way. That wasn't it. That's kind of how you make it though, but it for me it wasn't it. So anyway, can you tell me about how much YouTube pays you when you work for that? It must pay a lot. Uh, what? Hey, I know. Why don't you ask 10 other YouTubers? Tell me how many of them tell you how much they make. I know. Better yet, why not ask people on the street? Just walk up to them. Hey, how much money do you make? What do you do? I don't know any of them that will tell you. So by asking me, no, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not crabby. Um, I am irritated that that one person thought I didn't work. That's like freaking insulting. But so be it. Anyway, so she's one of I think 3 girls that are in the boys club right now. So I remember when this channel was about food. All right, so you guys obviously are in a mood to not talk. You just want to bitch and complain. So I'm gonna let you go have your Saturday. Gonna let you go complain because I have a wife who loves me and I should be paying attention to her rather than people saying I don't do work, I don't talk about food, And and, you know, it's like, and I don't know anything. So, okay, how about this? We're gonna play a game. You're right about whatever you think you're right. You're right, okay? There we go. So you go about today, you're right all the time. I'm wrong. I don't know anything, even though I've been doing this quite a while. And we'll just leave it at that, all right? For those of you who put up with this crap, um, I apologize. I appreciate your time. And I'm so sorry that you had to waste your time listening to people's drabble, including mine, because I would rather talk about what we should do next. I'm working on the exotic meat month number 2, you know, so I'm gonna need some ideas. So I will ask this of you before I go. If you're in the Chicago area and you know of a good pizza place, I already got this place I'm going to, but if there's one that, that nobody knows, pass it on. I'll check it out. A good hot dog place, pass it on. I'll check it out. A good Italian beef place. If you're in the area, I don't mind driving a little bit out of the area. Okay. But that's it. Yeah. And I will be open to suggestions. So when I got my current job, I walked in and told them I was planning to be the CEO. They were so impressed with my confidence. Yeah, I can tell you this. I love confidence. Okay. I can tell you this. If you walk in and you go, do you pay more than minimum wage? Really? Because the job market sucks. Oh, and by the way, do you know YouTubers? That's not a real job. Yeah. I just want to let you know my thought process before you don't hire me. Guys, these things don't work for a reason. Tom give a great reason. You go in, you're confident, go apply for a job and talk to somebody. Don't just go online and fill out crap. Call the company, speak to the HR person and lead, the person who, controls your fate. Have a conversation with them. God forbid you do that. Oh, wait, that's right. They're not paying you. They're not even paying you minimum wage. Why would you do that? Anyway, enjoy college football. It's going on today. Kicked off yesterday. I hope your team does well. Enjoy. I'll be watching Tennessee get their butts whooped. But so I'm used to it. I got the Titans. I'm used to it. But anyway, take care, you guys, and we will be back next Saturday.